What is up, everyone? When you know who you are and you can actually trust your family, one thing you don't have to worry about is being fucked with, okay? And sadly, a lot of people like to talk about divinity, but you're not divine. You haven't been allowed to be divine. And even when you are allowed to be divine, you defile yourself, okay? So a lot of people who speak on divine things are not from divine bloodlines. So there's no reason for you to speak on divinity. See, people fear what they cannot be. People fear what they cannot control. Okay, but one thing about fear, it's really based in respect. But because I can't say that I fear you out loud, people try to send degradation. Oh, hello, Antarctica. Ashwimde. Now, like I was saying, some of you guys can't trust your father, but mine is going to come every time I call him, and with vengeance because he is very impatient. Impatient, but nonetheless, there every time I call. You wouldn't know what that's like because your fathers are worthless peons who don't have a tribe to protect. Now, I say again, I don't care what you think is divine. Every knee shall bow, and every ground under thine foot shall be removed and made wet again. See, you forgot that those valleys you walk through used to be filled with water. Okay? What you've created is a system of moving the water. You forgot. And like I told you, what y'all are scared of is what a lot of y'all come from. But that's why you're clinging so hard to the land. Okay? You're clinging real hard to the land, but that's my mother. You're gonna have to let her go. Okay? She doesn't need you. Never did. And yeah, we're tired of sharing. Okay? When you prove to be peasantry, like roaches, there's no need to keep you in a place where you're made to help us evolve, and you're not doing it. So imagine being upset because you don't know what divine is. Divine doesn't need your words. You prefer sounds. You prefer words because your words are many, but we are many. You'll never have enough words. All you can do is take imaginary shots, but our shots are direct and we don't miss. I learned that from my father. And your father is a bitch. That's why you turn the other cheek. My father gets active. He gonna shake the land about us, okay? You better act like you fucking know what's up, okay? And if you don't, that's okay. You'll find out. Thank you, Daddy. I'm probably your waterfall. I don't need valleys. I can have whatever land I want because my daddy said so. So I don't give a fuck about what you think is yours. If it's mine, I want it, it will be. So tell your dad to get active with my dad. I bet he can't. Because my dad is that nigga, okay? And my daddy love water. He don't even like to get out of it. That's how much he love water. Yo daddy is a mud digger. Can you see what I mean by that? My daddy likes water. Your daddy like mud. Not even the richest soil either. Don't be mad at me because there's no rest for your wicked. I rest well. My dad is a fish. No, my dad controls the fishes, stupid. He sends them to and fro so that we can handle you because you're too close to them all the time. So we protect them, but you is who we want. And because you think you're smarter than us and you're fucking not, you will never know this map better than us. And it's funny that you keep trying to rearrange, but shall we rearrange you? Because you know better. You know better. You're not that smart and you're not faster than us. Oh, here's my forehead. You know what's funny? All of a sudden, I get so many forehead jokes. How are you, peasant? I love seeing the peasants try to taunt me because, unlike you, I can stand to see my reflection because my reflection is deeper than yours. And you don't know how deep yours can get. Poor you. Can I stare into your soul? The way you wish you could stare into mine, but your eyes aren't deep enough. Your eyes aren't deep enough. Ha ha. Your dad's vision's too shallow. Y'all, I was eating some tortilla chips and they were pretty good actually, but I was like, oh, I guess they forgot a little bit of sodium in there because they were very bland. Not as, you know, salty as I'm used to. I hope not the salt be drying up for you. See, you don't understand the salt of the earth, but that's the only thing that keeps a lot of you. And it's depleting. Oh, there's no rules. How's everyone doing? See, you've been told there are rules. There aren't rules. The only rule is survive. And a lot of you guys are not going to do that. You can't do it now. So, yeah. Purge has to do with water. Okay? And if you're not of the water, I feel bad for you because that means you don't respect the water, usually. And I don't care what dry places you've been living in, you still come from a wet place. You can't even get here without resting in a wet place called a womb. And just like in the womb, you can breathe all the way until you get here. And the only reason you really cry is because you disconnect from the womb. Unlike you, I already was in the womb for a very long time. And I didn't disconnect. I was disconnected. It's a difference. So unlike you, I got to learn things you never will. So what's your anger with me? You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be upset. And you definitely can't battle me because, like I told you, your dad is a bitch. My dad is going to get active. So you better be careful because you calling your dad doesn't mean much to me. But me calling my dad will disrupt the ground under your feet. So you may want to be careful who you take shots at. I'm definitely a daddy's girl. My mother's kind. She has her days, but she's usually very kind. Too kind, if you ask me. Thank you so much for the gifts. What are you guys doing? I'll have to get rid of some of the losers. Oh, it's okay, dear. You can watch. That's all you can do. That's what your eyes see, watching. But you are on a different time than me, so I'm here to map the land. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. And when I get through mapping it, I'm just going to call my daddy. I'm going to call my daddy and tell him on you. They're here, daddy. What's your advice on? Oh, wow. I don't know. You have to ask the people that created that stuff, baby. I don't care about that. Can't even get it. Wouldn't get it. Celibacy saves. Philip Hill. Oh, hi, Philip. Damaged goods. I'm sure most of you are damaged goods because, well, your fathers don't love you. I guess that's it because my father wouldn't allow me to defile myself, so I wouldn't know what that's like. Imagine sitting on a mountain. You wouldn't know what that's like either. Oh, I thank you. Same to you, sweetie. What is everybody up to? Okay. What is everybody up to? It feels later than it really is. It feels much later than it is, but I know because it's still dark. It's just kind of like, ooh, it is almost time. You guys, do you guys happen to watch news? I have to give you updates on the news before they happen. Oh, that's fine. That's lovely. But give me a second. Let me report you for harassment and bullying. Harassing me? Report? See, you can't call daddy for all the peasants because daddy knows you can deal with them. So, yeah, we only call daddy when we want to take multitudes. And you wouldn't know how to do that because you don't even understand what a multitude is, do you? No, you don't. But that's okay. Talk to Jesus about it. Maybe he can give you the answers. Considering y'all said he tried to feed you with our fish, eat your creatures. Eat your fucking kids. Jesus is non existent. Just like you and your light, your imaginary light. Oh, I thank you. You do as well. You make it very easy to talk to you. I love divine energies because divine energies are very sweet and protective, very calm. Nothing like divine energy. Like, I don't think people understand men are calm because men don't have to be calm. So men who like to be in feminine energy and oh girl, it's because they are feisty little want to be women who are weak men. Okay, I said what I said. I love a masculine divine man. They're quiet, they're very humble, they're very matter of fact, but also very firm, also very protective. And that's what divine masculine is. Divine masculine is quiet. And when divine masculine rages, everything else gets quiet. So you don't have a choice because you will hear divine masculine when it rages. But when divine masculine is not raging, because divine masculine rests. Okay, there's no rest for the wicked, but divine masculine rests. So there's no need for divine masculine to overprove himself. And that's why I say a lot of y'all can't trust y'all's daddy. I let mine rest because when he's raging, well, let's just say you won't rest. You respect daddy's rest. And you bitches ain't letting daddy rest because y'all's daddies are bitches in drag. Oops. How could that ever be divine? How could you be confused? But in the land of sodomy, that's how you got here, and you forgot that. You got here through sodomy. We got here through the water, the way you're supposed to come. What would you know? And the process of how you got here is so painful. Would it ever be worth even coming here to create generations of this shit? Is the real question. Never. Disgusting. Disgusting, dry, fickle creature. But yet you think you are strong in what? Your weaponry? Stop it. It's as simple as overheating the metal that touches your hand and you're powerless. But what would you know about heat? The only heat you know comes from a damn stove. That's your heat inducer. You wouldn't even understand that you are an inductor. with metals in your body, and they take the metals out of you, flush them into the toilets, and then use them to create other things. And then what you think they're creating, they're trying to put dams and other things together because they think that's going to keep us out of the waters. We cleanse everything. Nothing can get by us. So you can continue to be dumb. Because if only you knew what was really in your water, you'd understand why you're so powerless in the first place and why you should be drinking less of it. Okay, you have freshwater sources, but you don't listen to the source. You like to listen to petty, want to be articulate white people in similar form than you. And like I said, you don't know your tribes, and that's a you problem. I love my tribe, and they love us back. And like I said, we've stopped sending you children, so we are able to ride the wind much easier because your children are helping us. Like I said, your children are the only breath of air that we see as worth blowing wind to. So if it wasn't for your children bloodlines, you wouldn't be here. So why do you think you're shriveling up? This isn't a choice. This is by force. You're not able to. And we're not giving your kids back. They're ours. You are too. So if you're going to fight, you better start. As long as you had a head start, you shouldn't be surprised. You knew this was coming. That's why your bitch ass know to stay out that water. You better have a boat, Noah. Yes, love is a fire that is forever consuming, meaning there's no need for us to be apart. Fire and water belong together. Our electricity belongs in the water, not on dry land. We shouldn't have to fuel your imaginary fairy tales and what actually exists. And we're not. So therefore, you're gonna have to bring that fake ass television and shit in the water. Where do you think you're getting the energy to do this dumbass fuck shit from? Yourself? Peasant. Only a peasant would think you have that much energy. Where do you think your energy source comes from? I know they've convinced you that water and electricity don't mix, but in fact, that's the only thing that mixes, that creates you as a being that can exist in voodoo doll form, okay? Electricity. You are the thing that they will bring into life with Frankenstein, idiots. And that's why we have to bring you back to the dead, because bitch, you're fucking up shit, okay? You're fucking up shit. Stop being mad at us. Okay, we've been dead a long time. No one wanted to come live with your dreadful, boring asses. Dry. Your singing is dry. Everything is dry. The food's dry. Everything's dry. Okay, we like wet things. Everything's wet. We're very much of our weather's womb. Okay, we like wet things. Squishy, wet things. And you're not a squishy wet thing. You're a fucking dry thing. That's why you have to overhydrate so much. It's dry. Dry up here. We need you to come deeper. Your water's shallow. I would never be a Muslim. And Muslims don't look like me, dear. If you're confused, don't ever be. Okay? I show my hair on here. Why would we harm children? Children are fresh spirits. We just give them new bodies in the water. They deserve new bodies. But if we ever need to find you, we ride their wind. Because their wind is the only wind that can reach here and make us find you. And there are always children everywhere. That's why if we ever wanted to isolate you, we would just take the children and never give them back. At that point, it'd be free pickings for us all. All of you are meant to be preyed upon. You fatten yourself up so we can feed on you, idiot. What do you think you're eating in the first place? The only thing that could process you as a human being would be a different predator. Who else could process all the fucking things you eat? Silly goose. Something with more water in it than you. You want to go to heaven? Oh, well, if you want to go to heaven, your heaven's going to be in the water, dear. You have to stop breathing air to go to heaven. And a lot of you are addicted to breathing air. I don't think people understand it's a direct conflict. You're sucking the air from your children. So Of course, you have a disconnect with your children. They weren't meant to suck the same air as you. They were meant to suck on water. Okay, and water keeps them living longer. It refreshes, it cleanses. Even if your parents are shitty, the water will never leave you. It will never forsake you. Everything you need is in the water, not above it. What do you mean? The real definition of as above, so below. But you bitches could never be us. Okay. And if you think you jigging on dry land, just wait how to see how we jig in some water. Some of you have movement, you wouldn't even understand what it's for, but it's because you're quick, because there's predators that chase your monkey ass everywhere in that water. You need that speed, okay? You need that speed. But you don't understand what it's for. Yeah, but like I said, it's funny to watch people still celebrating their fickle accomplishments. Look how fast my earth legs can run. Water. Run now. Run in my gravity. That's how cute it is. That's why I say after a while you just be like, what the fuck ever, you dumb human. At some point, you just will never stop believing you are not the biggest predator in the world. In fact, you are the most preyed upon species ever, which is why it's easy to collect you. Your minds are so feeble, everything can control you. Okay, it's easier to put you in groups, in multitudes, and still do what everything else needs to do because you're that dumb and that easy to be controlled. So at the end of the day, imagine the dumbest creature still believing that it controls everything else. If it wasn't for your bigotry weapons, okay, that you had to create, like pew pews and all the other things, tranquilizers, apolicias, which actually halt you in water, meaning they suck the electric charge out of the water just so you can capture us. That's a difference. That's a difference. But you still can't catch our Father. You could never have our Father because you can't reach the deepest places that He can. He's way stronger than you. And He's not scared of the dark. You are. Because you know what the fuck is going on down there. Well, you try. That's why I say it's a difference. What you've learned everything about the land there is to learn. The only thing there is to learn is underneath here. So what do you fear so much? It's truth. Because the truth is you're not supposed to be up here. No one told you to come up here. Okay, so after a while, people just come here angry because they hate their fate. But you need to be blaming your forefathers for that. They're the ones who won't admit they came out of the water because they like things that aren't wet, meaning they're gay. That's why they're here. This is the land of Sodom. You can only be sodomized here. Now, if you don't get what I'm saying, that's fine, but I don't care. I don't really care. Okay? I'm not here to care for real. You can't care when you have orders. I need more wind. They all worship Satan, dear. All of the religious people are Satan worshippers. And they're always calling everyone else wicked, but that's why you can't stop talking about the wicked. You are the wicked. Wicked is as wicked does. That's why certain people say, in the name of Jesus and love and everything else, they hate me. Hate is not something you feel when you are on one accord with your tribe and God, because God works together as a collective. So if you don't get it done, there's always one of you that has a skill or gift to do it, and you call upon them. You don't even understand how to communicate to yourselves without involving other people in the conversation. Imagine not being able to have a proper conversation around spirits that are not of your own flesh. It's very strange. And then you think that your flesh is stronger when it's dry. Why the fuck would that be the case? Skin is always more tougher, stronger, sturdier when it is moisturized. So, what makes you think you're stronger than things out of the water? See, if you would understand that when you take a long bath, your fingers do this little thing where they wrinkle. But what your fingers are remembering, okay, see, wrinkles are remembrance. Those wrinkles are trying to make you remember that you come from the water. It's also why in water, it's harder for bodies to decompose. We are not dry death. We do not feed on dry things. In fact, the water decides where to put your remains, what needs it the most. And we all help get you there. So death is never a lonely process, only in the dry form. So imagine when you forget, death is not made to be experienced ever alone. You're just in the dry places. So you're seeking rest, but there's no rest for the wicked. So imagine when people come to give you rest and you still don't know what rest looks like. I say again, you don't have to be scared of truth. That's why it hurts so bad. People be up here making shit difficult for you because they're stupid. But like I said, only stupid people could make or let stupid things make them feel that they understand things. When you look around you, nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense up here. When you look around you, you see nothing. If you were to go stand outside and just really look around you, can you not understand how dry and barren it looks here? Do you see that the trees outside of the water look dry and unnourished, less colors, less fruits and different things that grow on them? There's more creatures in the water than there are on land. Why do you think that is? Oh, hush, dear. If you multiplied in water instead of land, there will always be room for all of you. But because you're stupid, you're here struggling, and it's okay. You just keep lying, and you know you're still telling the story backwards because you don't understand how the story ends. But I'll tell you, the flood hasn't happened. Okay? The flood hasn't happened. How you're going to get here is through fire. Okay? Just history repeats. It's fun. It's like a little game for us. But yeah, Satan and God might as well just be step cousins at this point, brothers, the Cain and Abel, because it doesn't matter. They're still family and they're still going to have the same objective. They don't want to be under the rule of Father. And it doesn't matter because Father reigns. Okay? He reigns. Okay, he does. And yeah, it's imagine thinking you're ever going to be greater than one you don't listen to. You don't have the tools. So you will always fail, and we will always come destroy you again and bring you home and laugh in your face. Embarrassment and shame is why you keep coming here. And you can't handle it here either. It's quite funny. You can't even handle embarrassment and shame here. But this is your world. Why are you embarrassed and shamed in your own world? Because you know it's fucking ridiculous. And you know where you get this fucking setup from. It's so cute. It's hilarious. Like, I can't wait to go talk shit. Okay. I don't I be like, oh my god, I got so many stories to tell. So interesting. Oh, the stories you hear from dumb humans is amazing. And you know they're lying because you be like, that's impossible. You can't do that here. Like, oh my God, amazing. Like, lie on. Go ahead. It's interesting. But after a while, like I said, a lot of people are offended by truth. But truth isn't made to embarrass you. It's your lies that cause embarrassment. So if you stop lying, you wouldn't even know what embarrassment is. You wouldn't even know. You'd be like, oh, okay, but I told you what I said. What are you waiting on me to feel? See, like I said, when the truth is in you, you don't feel embarrassment, you don't feel shame, you don't have to combat truth. So it's very easy to see when truth is not in people. You dig? And whatever I do, I'm always allowed, okay, to find the truth. Especially if you lie on me. Because when you lie on me, I told you, I tell my daddy. And my daddy's not nice like that. My mother's very kind, but my daddy, he be all over the place, because water is just kind of. But you still need it, okay? You always need water, so. mm. Da, 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 da. If only you knew. Water is what women rest into, okay? I don't think you understand that. Water is so much bigger than what you think it is. But when we fill up, okay, the fish bowl again, that y'all keep calling a firmament, and it's only a firmament to you guys because it's the light inside of it that you want, and you can't get inside of it because you've made yourself a dry creature. And you know this. Imagine still trying to get into the womb as a dry creature so you can fuck up everything in the womb like you do out here. You know, like babies here don't have a chance. They be getting fucked up in the womb. If you understood how babies watch you, babies learn everything about themselves before they get here. So a lot of the things you experience growing up through your what you call adultdom and teenage years, you've actually already seen this stuff before. You see it play out as a child. In the womb, you see a sped up time frame. Okay, so as a baby, the 9 months you're in the womb is actually you seeing what how you're gonna die, how you're gonna live, what you're gonna be doing. You don't remember it when you come here, but it's your parents' job to help you remember your stories. But your parents don't allow you to remember your stories because they're too busy trying to put themselves in other people's whatevers, you know, imaginary stuff, Jesus, all you know, just all types of stuff. Yeah, so you never really know yourself because they don't know themselves. That's your biggest fight as a child. You are supposed to be led, and like I said, you watch your life before you get here. So a lot of you guys, if you could remember, but you can't remember because they keep bombarding you with weird technologies that mess up your brain frequency waves, so that you're not able to remember even what you do in this flesh matter time, which is strange. But it's not strange when you think about why, because they don't want you to remember you come from water. If they can make you feel like you can have a better life outside of water, yeah, you're going to want to keep coming here, reincarnating here. So you do. But you're not coming in anything but lesser evolved forms, which is why after a while there's nothing but disease and famine. And what are you going to eat? Okay. Imagine not understanding it. You can't really protect some of the land creatures, but we just migrate the water creatures. You can't. It's a lot of stuff you can't eat in the water. You're not allowed to, and daddy won't let you. So at the same time, what makes you think that you're eating real stuff? You're eating each other. You can't even process most of the foods in the water. You can't even process a lot of fishes. Like y'all think that certain fish are like, oh, we eat you're not even processing real fish. A lot of the stuff that you're eating are the scavengers of the water realms. They're the only things that you guys can process in your bodies without dying or being high extreme poisoned. So imagine still not understanding you're eating each other. That's the only thing you can eat is of each other. That's the only thing you guys can process. That's what you've always processed. Oops. What, I'm sorry. What did you think you were eating? Hilarious. Hilarious. And then you wonder why you're fucking psycho. Of course you are. You keep eating each other, you fucking cannibals. Weird. Okay, there's enough creatures. You're not supposed to be eating each other. Like, damn. But at the same time, land of the want to be living. What are you guys doing tonight? Oh, you guys gotta give me a second. I'm so nosy, y'all. I'm nosy. Y'all don't know shit else. I don't do shit else. Kids are nosy. Kids are nosy. I'm nosy. Yeah. Like, what y'all listening to? I'm nosy. Oh. They ever say when kids get quiet, you better find out what the fuck they doing, goddamn. Where the fuck y'all at? Fuck y'all at whispering and shit. Where the fuck y'all at? I don't care what y'all say. It's true. I don't care what realm it is. Whenever kids get quiet, go find them. Go find them, honey. The fuck is y'all doing here? Move around. I'm snitching. No, ain't no slay queen. I don't need to slay. I'm slayed for, okay? It's a difference. Big difference. Let's see if I can make this work. I was trying to work earlier and I can't get it to do anything. So I'm gonna try it again. Like I said, it's nothing. Dad can make anything work. Like, so you wouldn't understand. You would understand. Mm. Oh, oh, it's charging now. Yeah, it's charging. So I don't care about Eminem because Eminem's not a real talent. Eminem's just a culture vulture, like most of you. Yeah, you have no talent. You can't even make your voice travel. You need a microphone. Your voice is weak. And you need auditory stuff to make your voice echo because you suck. You can't sing. Eminem can't sing. What is Eminem? A talker? I talk on frequencies. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. I talk into microphones. Okay, who cares? That shall be my next thing. I'll just talk in microphones. I'll just stand there and be like, I'm talking into microphones. I am talking into these fucking microphones. So talented. Yeah, you have no imagination. Like, it's so sad, like, the amount of imagination lists that you become as a land creature. And yeah, whoever says slay queen, I assume that you're instantly a kid and you start saying slay queen and shit. I've never said that to another adult. Slay queen. Yeah, that's like gay talk. I don't really do that. Ooh, I got a message on it. Who messaged me? Who is messaging me? Oh, it's just a YouTube notification on the comment. I don't want that comment on there. That's not for you. This is very specific. So don't be commenting on shit that ain't for you, whoever you is. So let me get them off here. People be so weird. Everything is not for you. Let me comment on everything that ain't for you. You be, putting yourself in shit ain't for you. Move around. Literally. Oh, hold on, guys, because I had the singer the other day and it was working, but it's not working. I took it out. Oh, I didn't charge it, I don't think. Here, let me charge the other one. Where did I put the... No. There's no reason. Why are you coming in talking about Nicki Minaj? We don't give a fuck about Nicki Minaj, baby. Let me just go ahead and hide you. Like I said, I'm okay. You can disappear and go into the weirdo chats. Thank you for the gifts. You're so kind. You're so kind. Let's see who sent them because I'm nosy. Let's see. I so nosy, y'all. It's they. Oh, I didn't know that. Really? I didn't know that. So I can. I guess I'm supposed to make it like I don't know. Am I? Do I just send a thing and then it come back to me? I don't know. I'm just gonna see what they do because it say that I can collect gifts in my chat. Oh, I got it. I collected gifts in my chat. I didn't know that's how you do it. Y'all know I don't be on here. I don't care. I didn't know that's how I collect my gifts on here. Oh, that's pretty cool. It say that's to set a goal. Set a goal for what? Why they always telling you to do weird stuff on here? Super chat goal. Connect with your audience. I am connecting with my audience. Are y'all connecting with me? Through highlighted messages. It's a it's too much work. I don't care. If you want to send gifts, you can send them. Okay? Don't ask for other stuff because I don't care about a goals, gift goals. Encourage your audience to express themselves with digital gifts. Express yourself with digital gifts, they said. Whatever the fuck they talking about. If you get it, do whatever they talking about. If it don't get on my nerves. If it get on my nerves, don't do that shit, okay? I don't even care if it's sending money. If it's sending money in an annoying way, keep that shit. Okay? If it interrupts me while I'm talking, I don't want it. Okay? Unless it's like a little super chat or something. Don't be, yeah, on it. Yeah. Don't be here putting too many colors up in my chat. Don't be distracting. I don't like certain colors, so I don't come in here being distracting. Oh, that's so cute. But yeah, guys, I think you need to understand something too. When you come on here, everything is not for everybody. But there's always a situational awareness when it comes to understanding identity for a lot of us. So you can't be scared of the unknown because that's the only reason why people still are struggling to find themselves. You're scared of the unknown because your unknown is totally different from somebody else's. Like I said, there are quite a few different land creatures and water creatures that have mixed, and some of you guys are not land creatures at all. Okay, that's why you're struggling on land for real. You're even struggling to find a mate. Okay, a lot of y'all are trying to mate with tribes that are not yourselves, and you're also using whitewashed constructs and things like that to bind yourself to them. Marriage is not a real thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's a electromagnetic thing. Okay, you're looking for a charge to be supercharged by something, and most of us have something that's already made to supercharge us. In the equal opposite, you don't have to look for it. You just have to know what it sounds like and hear each other when you call to each other. But like I said, because your sounds have been misconstrued into words that are fucking meaningless, there's only certain words that hold weight in the human realm. And you have to know those words, who to speak them to, where to speak them, so on and so forth. And that's why I say certain things. I'm not scared of certain things, technically, including what you guys experience or think of as DEATH. It's not really scary when you understand you can't. Some of us can't. Some of us cannot. You're not supposed to. If you DIE forever, you really did something wrong. You did something really wrong, because it's not really something that's possible. So, yeah, it is what it is. And like I said, for some people, they can't live, meaning they can't go to the water realm anymore. They can only come here. And that's what they're trying to get into, the water realm. And you can't because Papa says no. Daddy said you can't come back. So, yeah, tune in. I only tell you what you need to know. or si like Dominica, whoever you are. But yeah, I don't care about that. I'm not Muslim, so yeah. If you can read descriptions, you definitely can read my description. Ain't no Muslims over here. But I hope everybody who has good intentions are doing well. And thank you, Philip. You always coming here talking about some sweet mango. A trip. How y'all doing? Like I said, we have a couple of things coming for you guys in my Patreon. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a video on here for you guys too about certain land creatures that actually bred together to make certain races of melanin. Yeah, like I said, everybody is not the same species. Things that are not your same species cannot tell you about your species. It's impossible. What would you know? There's nothing in that species language that they communicate to you. Like, it's all you can do is probably like just assume, if that makes sense. Because, like I said, if you're not a whale, you don't speak well. If you are not a bird, you don't fucking speak bird. Okay, birds speak chirp. What the fuck would you know? Okay, having, you know, naming your phone after different birds and creatures. And I don't think you understand, most of the things here are named after other creatures. They are. They're named after other creatures, and they're still not those names because that's not what they sound like for real. If you understood echoes and frequencies and sounds, a lot of sounds cannot get to you because they're blocked. Okay, you're blocked from even understanding what those vibration patterns really mean, how they help to give you, certain signals, whether it's making your hair stand up, making you look a certain direction. So, yeah, on my channel, I talk a lot about stuff like that too. So, if you're into that sort of thing, you are more than welcome to come chill. I don't like your name. The topic is come chill. If you want to chill, you can chill. That's the topic. That's the topic. You're welcome to come chill and hang out if that's what you should so want to do. In a little bit, I am actually going to be getting off of here and resting. I'm going to be resting. I need to do a cold plunge. It'll make me feel better, so I'm going to cold plunge. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. You're welcome to chill. What's your topic today? What do you have to talk about? What's on your mind? Do tell. Like I said, I love that I can trust my parents. They're really the definition of they are the okay? I don't care. It is. I don't like your name is just a simple assessment. How would say stating what you actually think not be a chill thing to do? That sounds strange. I didn't know that you could imply one for the other. That's strange to do in grammar. I can apply things for you, not based on general assessment of what you're saying, but what I feel to make you insist that's what you were implying. That's passive aggression. Are you being passive aggressive at me? Because you didn't like what I said. Oh, oh, wow. Buen día, Yaba. ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenido, Masi Divine. How are you? Such a beautiful thing to see you come. Well, if you don't care what I say, you shouldn't be here. At that point, that becomes harassment. Because if you don't like someone and don't care what they say, you probably shouldn't be in their space. That's like a violation. But, that's why you created this portal so that you could violate other people's privacy that you don't like. I hate you, I don't like you, but I also want to be in your space being disrespectful. That's not a good trait to have. Yes, I am. And I'm not a priest, I'm a priestess of the highest kind, dear. You'll find out. Like I say, I don't need much time to let my presence be known. I don't play with spirits. Spirits come to me. I'm not against spirits at all. I'm just against things that don't understand. They're trapped in bodies. So their spirits will talk to me regardless of what their vessel looks like. But be quiet. I'm listening to Yapa right now. I'm blessed, sister. Thank you. Okay. No, you're fine. Oh, welcome. You're fine. There's no time frame. You are on your own time, whatever time you need to get here. Hopefully, you've gotten plenty of rest for the day. What you got going today? You never did tell me what part of the world you're tuning in from, Yaba. Um, Casual burritos, I'm gonna go ahead and send you back to where you come from. It's not of us, and we don't care about your opinions either. So if you want to watch, you can watch in silence the way your ancestors have always been able to do. Some of you just want to be able to watch other people and take the credit for what you're watching, which is a damn shame. Embarrassing, really. And I don't play with spirits again. Like you said, most of your family members aren't doing anything. They do fake witchcraft and have a fake witchy aesthetic. And it's usually whitewashed, gothic type vampire, pagan knowledge. Okay, when I say pagan knowledge, I literally mean pagan. It's whitewashed and under the umbrella of whitewashed things. What do you mean I don't do anything to call them? You don't have to call spirits when you're aligned. Like I said, whoever you are, I think you're just angry, and that's okay. But you shouldn't watch people who irritate your spirit in that type of way. But a lot of times it's not your spirit it's irritating, it's just one of the spirits, that feelings that don't exist. So when I don't have certain feelings and you do, those feelings start trying to attack what they think in me is going to attract those feelings that you have. And I don't have those feelings, so you can't provoke that of me. Like I say, everything isn't meant to be provoked. We don't know what it is that you're provoked by. So at that point, we just return obliteration. You must just want to DIE because what are you offended by? Okay. You can't send echoes that don't hold weight to other things. Like I say, a lot of people are sending words. You need to understand a lot of times all of us don't hear words. We feel echoes, how loud you're being. That's what some of us feel. So when you're loud about things, it brings certain things to you because all we know is what's wrong with your echo. It's a bit wavy. You're sending waves we can't receive because those are not our waves. You got to ride our wave. Okay, that's how it works. What y'all got going? What's the weather like in Virginia? Ooh, Virginia Beach. The last time I came to Virginia Beach was actually for an AAU tournament, like probably about 15 years ago. I was younger. I think I was actually a kid. Yeah, I'm not explaining myself. I don't have to. So, this person is harassing me, and I don't owe you an explanation. You're just a peasant. I don't explain myself to peasants. I only explain myself to those who are humble and come with good intention. Those are the only people worthy of explaining anything to. Everyone else is simply intimidated by your greatness or by your knowledge, and it's not mine. Okay, it's not my knowledge. And I hope you're doing well in Virginia Beach. Like I said, it's getting a little chilly. It's been chillier this times of year that I'm used to, but it's so chilly this morning. So I'm just over here bundled up, y'all. When I get off of here, I'm probably gonna make me some protein. Make me some protein. And like I said, guys, the live stream that I'm going to be doing later, I'm going to see if I can actually make it just like a subscribers only. So if you haven't subscribed, I don't think you'll be able to comment for like a certain amount of time or something like that. But I'm gonna pre-plan my live stream and do pretty much just like an inside for my members or subscribers, whatever you want to call it, so that you guys don't have to worry about trolls and stuff too. You can just kind of tune in, zone in. You're welcome to ask as many questions as you like, and so on and so forth. And like I said, if you know anything about me, I don't ask for anything other than for you to hit the like button and be respectful to each other in the chat, you know? So, yeah. Oh, wow. It's warming up. I think we didn't send y'all our warm front. We had to send y'all our warm front because I'll explain it. Is if you're here long enough and you kind of tune in to our private member chats, you'll know what's going on before it happens, and you'll see kind of some of the weather changes. You'll understand why they're happening. And like I say, I like to be very direct because I can, and a lot of people hate my directness because to them it's evil, it's wicked. Only the wicked are scared of what's there for you to know. They feel like it's wicked because they focus on the wrong things instead of what's actually there. They're not spiritually aligned enough to connect. So when you can and they can't, they pretend it's because you're evil and it's not because they are. Okay, if you weren't evil, you would be able to connect to the same thing I can, but I don't come from evil beings, okay, in human form. But my spiritual family is very well understood. You have to go back generations to understand which spirit you're from. A lot of spirits have repeated the same generations. They don't understand the time clock already ran out. Someone's pretending to give you more time. So you've never had more time to get in the water. Okay, you are literally a fish out of water. You are some type of fish out of water at this point. And the things that are not fish out of the water, you are from the dry places. So even when your time is up, it's up, you know? So imagine people still being happy to go mix with people who are from drier places than you. That's wild. Okay, that's wild. But hey, you can't tell everybody everything. Some people you have to let them do what is in their destiny and fate, which is breed themselves out into non existence. Because once you breed with certain creatures that are not really existent in the realm of water, past that point, your bloodline isn't recognized. So everything's free game at that point. You're preyed upon. Okay, and when the firmament that they keep calling a firmament, it's not a firmament. You are in a tank of water, basically. And the only way you can come out of that tank is if Papa sends you out, pretty much, like, and don't want you back. And he's not gonna let you back in. He's not gonna let you into certain parts. Like, it's over with for you. Like I said, the ground is my mother, the water is my father. Okay, only children of our father can reach certain depths, and he doesn't allow certain people past anything because he knows his children. Okay, dads know if that's their kid or not. This is the only realm where men pretend like they don't know if stuff is their children and stuff. It's very strange, you know? So, yeah. Oh, happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday to your baby. I hope she has a wonderful day and weekend. You said I'm definitely gonna have to invest in a membership from you. You're very full of wisdom. Oh, of course, absolutely. Like I said, I always respect divinity, okay, in any form, man, woman. I do because it's needed. To create divine generations, you need the knowledge as a parent because it is your job to pass down divine knowledge to your children. And that knowledge is sacred. It is not for the internet. It is not for the world. That's why after past a certain point, I don't put everything out in the open. So yeah, you're more than welcome to invest in a membership about any of these things. If you are on your purpose and you like privacy. When I say privacy, the only people who can interfere with what you build as a divine being, especially as a man, are men or women that you open yourself up to. So if you create a private connection and stand on that, nobody could interfere with that, especially not a divine man. Like I said, a lot of men don't respect knowledge and wisdom, but it's for you to power yourself up with. I never not put a divine man in a more divine position. Men are made to pass you. You can't be protected if men don't have the knowledge they need to protect you, what to protect you from, what to protect themselves from. It's a difference. And because men and women receive signals differently, certain knowledge men see, women don't. Okay? Certain things women see, men don't. So as a collective, you are meant to work together, but always bow to divine masculine. So if you don't give men that power, you will never have your divine power as a woman. You never will. Okay? Because men don't bow to you. They're there to protect your divinity, meaning you bow to them and thank you for protecting what you already know is there. You don't need to explain that. Men know that. The only people trying to interfere with that are people who don't want to be divine. That's it. They're the only people against it. And like I say, most men know when they have their one. And it's not just because she bows, it's the spirit she bows in. I know that I'm great. Okay, I know that I am great. Okay, and therefore I need something great to protect me. It is that simple. It's respect, it's courtesy, and it comes from the water. I don't think you understand. It's a natural thing in the water. Even when you're not the same species, you don't disrespect other male species just because you are a different essence. Okay, the only time you're going to get different energy in the water from other species is when it's feeding time. But you have to understand the map to know the times of day are different. And just like in this realm of light, you see things in spectrums of shades of yellows and oranges and reds and darks, but you don't see the full hue. You can only see the full hue of color spectrum in water, which is what lets us know in the water what time it is here, because of the difference in colors. So imagine when a lot of people don't understand, sometimes being in water and understanding your senses is the easiest thing you can do to understand your natural divinity when it comes to understanding you are a well rounded creature and you learn differently when you are submerged in water. You will learn everything differently when you are connected to water. I don't care if your feet are in the water. I don't care if you're taking a bath and you're doing spiritual. This is why I'm very, very adamant about men and women alike doing spiritual baths. You have to, when you need to enhance your inner outer mind, body, soul, you have to get comfortable being in water. You can only enhance those auras within you by being in water. Water is your electric charge. Okay? Father controls that. Okay? Mother is the thing that father rests in. Okay? The land, ground. And guess what? The ground is still nothing without water. They need each other. That's how bad they need each other. So imagine when something keeps taking you and overusing our mother. At some point, you can't get mad when father rages. Why are you using our mother? Does it make sense? But that's how it's become. And a lot of women don't understand that's their energy they have here. You have to destroy that. That's not our root. Okay? And like I said, there is more water than land. And if people could understand that, they would understand what makes them weak. That's what they cling to. But imagine clinging to the thing that is so small and few, so little. And I'm going to say this again. For those of you who don't really understand, the land that you see, the world seems big. There is very little land. It's not as much land as y'all think it is. There's way more water. There's way more water than land. So the strips of land you guys are able to walk on, appreciate that, because I'm going to say again, it's not that much of it like you think. It is not that much land. In fact, it would take less than probably 2 hours to cover the land with 3 feet of water everywhere. Without irrigation systems and dams and different things, the everything that you know would be underwater quicker than Katrina. That's how powerful water is. But that's why there's not, it's always strange to me when you don't understand there are more women than men. And this is in every species. We are living in a time where people are not putting two and two together. There are more women than men in every race, ethnicity. That alone is concerning when it comes to the fact that men are still trying to be women. Men are still pretending they're gay. How can you be gay when there are already more women than men? This is not out of any disrespect whatsoever. You can love and appreciate whoever. Let's be factual. It is very scary. At a time when there are more women than men are still trying to be lovers of themselves and are trying to dispose of and argue with anybody who's against that. But if you are not wicked, why are you against someone who is telling you about your unalignment? You're unaligned because you're doing things in the dark that's not supposed to be done. And it's because you're walking on the land of Sodom. See, all land is not blessed because the roots that they come from are not our trees. See, if you understand that the land you walk on, as soon as it hits the earth, it crystallizes and becomes what you guys see as dirt, the ground. But to us, they're like tree roots that are upside down. And past that dirt, stuff is going to start growing in the opposite direction of the water. Therefore, you need water from the sky to make it go up. But if you are in your right form, you don't need anything from the sky. So you're worshiping sky gods, but you're not from the sky. Like I said, whoever said as above, so below, yeah, but you're still not there. You're not above either. You're still below. You're trying to be above. You're pretending you can go into space. You can't. The only thing up there is a firmament they can't break because Father controls it. Even the skies are of the water. We are all around you. And when the time comes, we will consume you all by immersion, meaning we will consume you like a cross. You are in the middle of us. And we are many. There's more of us. That's why I say you have to know who you are and which side you're on, because when the time comes, you're not going to be able to use this way of communicating. So I feel bad for you if you don't understand frequencies and sounds. You might need to make a couple animal calls, so on and so forth. Sometimes you have to call different animals so that you can consume them. Imagine having to call a bird because you need something to eat, but do you know how to call the birds? Can you mimic their sounds? The way you can repeat these songs over and over? See, they're messing with your echo frequencies. And they can only brainwash you with brain waves and things like that because you are an echo creature. Okay, we speak and understand in echoes and vibrations. That is really that simple. And they have messed with your echo vibrations so much. That's what's happening. That's what's happening to most of us. And like I say, it's different for me because I always have to take regular breaks from the echoing, but it's also because I ride the wind. Okay, in other words, I go to and fro and I listen. Okay, because once you put things into the air, it is not yours anymore. It travels. And energy cannot be created or destroyed, so your words always fall somewhere. So a lot of people be like, I don't know why I just thought about that randomly. Yeah, someone's thoughts have found you. And they're not usually your thoughts at all. This is why I tell people I don't think people understand how energy really works, how things travel, how you really find people. A lot of times you spiritually attach to people or you find them through the wind, literally. And when certain people's wind finds you, it's not always a good thing. It's probably because you are spitefully going against it. See, usually my wind doesn't find people unless you are actively speaking out against my wind in a way that it's not represented for real in the spiritual realm. Meaning you're trying to lead people away from me, but they need me. They need me for deliverance. And I'm here to save them from you. It's really that simple. The things that torment them are the things trying to keep them bound. Oh, don't go to them. They're a witch. They're not trying to help you. Let me help you and give me some money. And no, let me give you the knowledge you need because after I give you knowledge, you free yourself. That's the difference. You guys see how they come in here and keep trying to torment me? Jealousy and envy is a terrible thing. I don't feel them, but I know when they're being directed because they echo. They echo the same things of hatred. So to me, when people come and start sending echoes, it's because it's coming from a direct source. But your sources are weak. Your sources are based in non exemplary bloodlines. So there's nothing to fear of you because you're the easily terminated. And there's more purpose for you because there are other creatures that like to feed on things like you and your energy. So you have to be careful. Everything doesn't deserve a response, certain things do. But after you make certain things clear, allow the elements to work for you because the same way they found you in your human form for you to know that certain people aren't spiritually good for you or they're two-faced or whatever it is the same way the elements are going to receive their energy on it. So they could be talking shit about people gossiping and whatever. Air is never going to trust them because air knows what they do on the air. They lie on the air. They use it for ill will. So when they try to do witchcraft and they need air, the air is going to forsake them. This is why the people who say, I can't do witchcraft, it didn't work for me, it's because you're a bad spirit. The elements always work for you. And if the elements don't work for you, it's because you lie on them or you've done tainted things with them. Even water. Okay, men who have jumped in strange water, women who have offered their down theirs to strange people, they can't flow things to them. Like it's very deep when it comes to the elements, and if you ever disrespect them in certain ways, they will not work for you. And like I said, and a lot of people need to cleanse. So I can't wait. I appreciate the people that like to come here and receive knowledge. Sadly, a lot of people only come when they want to send bad vibrations and things like that. But that doesn't echo to me. Like I say, when I get off here, I'm gonna cold plunge. A lot of people don't know what cold plunges are, but you go to the deepest parts of the cold. It's very warm lately. It's very warm here. Like I said, you have to understand when you're preparing for a birth. Okay, our time is not the same. When you're preparing for a birth, the mother heats, and places that have never been heated are going to be heated because the mother is opening her womb for new children. And we're taking the ones who were never appreciated in the first place and repurposing them with love and consideration. Also, like I said, Father will always make you be quiet when Mother needs rest, and Mother has needed rest for a long time. Imagine when Father is only going to rage because you are hurting our Mother, and that is the only time our Father cannot contain himself. So, imagine when the children have to warn you. And when Father and Mother are resting together, you need to be very scared because that means one is scared of losing the other. And that is not the war you really want. And definitely don't want to be in the center of. Yeah, it is. And like I said, I hope everyone's doing wonderful. I hope you're staying focused in a place that keeps trying to steal your attention and put it on things that don't exist. And happy birthday to your baby girl. I hope you guys have a beautiful day full of love and spending time together. And to everyone else, if you're not a hater, come in, hit that like button. Don't be shy. I know it's super, super early. A lot of people ain't up. You ain't brushed your teeth yet. You ain't done nothing. That's okay. Okay. But hello to you. If you come in later and you end up watching this, what's up to you? I actually have um, a little bit of sirening to do later. Um, I love it. Okay, I love it. A lot of people don't understand the energy you need. It's always going to be there for you to receive. Oh, you're so welcome, sweetie. And likewise, and vice versa. I love to see it. A lot of people try to get in, interfere with that love and energy you're supposed to have for one another. Don't let people interfere um, with what you need, because all of the things you're supposed to manifest, it takes those interactions with different people's energy for you to create that. Because it has to be equal opposite energy for you to create these things. So it's going to be very rare to make certain connections. Never let people cause you to burn bridges that you're going to need to cross. Okay, get to the other side safely. So I appreciate you too, my sweetheart. I do. And I hope you and yours are doing wonderful. I do. Hello, Frank. How are you, honey? Hello to you. Grand rising to you guys. I hope you're doing wonderful. What y'all got up for your morning? Are you guys at work? Are you resting? Are you off today? Are you just chilling, passing some time? Regardless of what y'all are doing, I hope y'all are being safe out there, and of course, staying out of the strange up and down weather. Because a lot of times it's not just the weather that's up and down, it's a lot going on that you can't see. And because it's a lot you can't see, it is interfering with the weather. Just remember that. So sometimes if you don't have to be out, don't be out. Okay? Stay inside if you can, especially on those windy days. And thank you so much, sweetheart. I will have a beautifully blessed day. I sure will. And yes, guys, I'm actually about to get off of here and enjoy the rest of my rising. Make me some coffee, relax a little bit. But I will be back later with some abundant knowledge, and I'm going to try something different. I'm going to see if I can make it subscribers only for you guys, just to keep the trolls out and make it more chill. But even so, if I have to, I definitely don't mind, kicking the trolls out or doing a private Zoom meeting, okay? And when I do private Zoom meetings, I will send you guys the links, okay? So you're welcome to send me an email to the email in my description. And if we do a private Zoom meeting, I will definitely include you, and there will be no trolls, okay? Have a beautiful day, everybody. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Toodles. Bye, Yaba. Bye, friends.